What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action sporting in the bottom of the map in the teal color, playing as Poseidon. His name is Gabu. His partners today in the red color playing as Gaia. His name is Marcos, and in the purple color playing as Ra. His name is Julian Papa. Their opponents today in the green color playing as Odin. His name is Count von Count. Playing as Hades, his name is Miracle. And finally, rounding out the team in the yellow color, playing as Uranus, his name is Grass. This is game number 3. The map is Jotunheim, and it is 2-0 in this best of 5 for JSS. Match point here for JSS. Will they clutch it out, win this one in 3, or can PXX figure out a way back here? We do see the Gaia rearing its ugly head here in this game, and also the Gaia being incredibly greedy, dropping the Gaia Forests in her own base to start with here. You know how much I hate this? I hate this a lot. The reason I hate this is because this costs 50 wood. It's just such a huge boost to Poseidon to not need to produce that one, but it is what it is. Gaia is a super strong god because in team games, because she can give your Greek players or your Egyptian players, or even your Norse players, an incredibly strong start because they can skip a storehouse, or skip an ox cart, which is a really, really big amount of resources. Did I end up clicking this? I think I did. Anyways. We'll see how things are going to go here. As Harmonia's necklace found here, extra 10% villager gold gather rate. Very, very good relic over there. We do have the Grugnir's Odin Spear with the extra hoplite damage on this position here. We've got the nose of the Sphinx here with a 15% building hit points. A really, really good relic there for the Hades, actually. Oh, it's also good for Uranus as well. So what is going to happen here in this game? It is Jotunheim, and it looks like we've gotten the one whole Jotunheim here in the center of the map, as Count von Count's going to come in and claim that center of the map here. He wants to get aggressive here in this game. He knows there's a guy here, so you got to be careful about that because there's going to be a whole bunch of spider lairs all over the place, but getting aggressive nice and early here is going to be an interesting idea. Miracle here playing Hades. I mean, I haven't seen Miracle playing much Greek one town center play. He normally goes for a fast second town center with most of the time. So we'll see if he's going to go for something a little bit more aggressive, considering his team does have the Uranus, it does have the Odin. So we'll see how things are going to go as Raven's up on this position here. Apparently, I haven't set up my thing correctly. I do have it set up correctly. What are you talking about? Marcos here, getting the temple up on this position, and we'll see how things are going to go. Alrighty, so do we see any upgrades? No, no one's advancing. No crazy fast advance times. There's the advance time there for Count von Count. Husbandry nice and early for Miracle here as well. So he wants to get those cows a little bit more fattened. But a really, really fast advance from Count von Count. Going to be putting pressure on immediately here. All the hunt is relatively exposed in this side of the map here. We are seeing walls coming down here for Julian Papa nice and early as well. In an attempt to hold this position and prevent any sort of early game raids from coming in. But there's also going to be forest fires available to open things up here to boot. So we'll see how things are going to go. As Prometheus coming through for Grass. We've got Leto coming through for Marcos. No surprises there. Hermes coming through for Gabu as the Poseidon player. No surprises there. So everyone going with pretty standard stuff here at the moment. As we do have Grass coming through with a early Oracle hero. This has been something that I've always wondered about Uranus here and Atlantean in general. Is there room to just herald? Now, obviously, this isn't doing a crazy amount of damage. With the Ajax coming through for Miracle, it's going to start doing a crazy amount of damage. But is there room to just heroize your Oracles here and find an advantage with Uranus rather than using Valor or something like that, saving the Valor for potentially military units on the back? And I think the answer is generally yes here. Now, moving on from this, if I take a look at this army, or if I take a look at what we've got as the JSS team here and the unit, the god composition that PXX has got here, all I'm thinking here as Grass is I can go Mass Terma here, no problems. Ra, not going to be anything. Gaia, not going to be anything. Yeah, maybe the Poseidon player can go Mass Cavalry or something, but we're going to have Ulsark's pumping out here from Count on Count, or at least a counter here to some degree. So mass term I feel like a really, really good idea, but Grass is getting out those Mamilla here to start this game off. Watchtower's coming through here for Marcos. At this point, Vault of Erebus coming through for Miracle here as well to help him out. That one's going to get him a gold trickle started. Tar coming through as well. A little bit late in the advance time here from Julian Papa, but generally speaking, this is pretty standard as the Forest Fire does get dropped down there onto the Gaia trees. And Marcos is in a little bit of a tricky position here as Gabu here is coming over, and we actually are seeing what looks to be a one town center play from Miracle. He's advanced really, really late to the classical age though. So he's coming through to help out with this one town center ideas, wanting to finish this game off relatively quickly, sniping down that automaton nicely. Well played there by Count Von Count. Marcos has got himself watchtowers. He's getting himself forests around on this position here to defend his gold mine here. He's on the cows as well, but PXX has basically got a hold here till around about 9 to 10 minutes before Julian Papa can get over here and start helping out. Because he is very, very slow here. He's getting his second town center up with the priest as well. He's getting himself an armory up. He's not building any military units here. And we'll see how things are going to go, but this is going to be a tough hold. They do have ceasefire available, so Gabu can use that one, but you have to be careful to not use it when Julian Papa is building a Migdol stronghold. That's the big careful thing that they've got to be keeping on the back of their mind there. As the citizen going to be making a break for it here. Going to be fast enough to retreat away as the military buildings slowly coming down for Miracle. Very, very slow to join the fight here for Miracle. It's no second town center either, so I'm a bit surprised about what's going on there. Maybe the food situation not the best here for Miracle in this game. As Count Von Count has now got himself a healthy amount of raiding cavalry. Rain coming through for Julian Papa. He is going to be very, very scary in this game. Julian Papa is going to be the big carry for PXX here because everyone is one town center with the exception of Julian Papa, and he is Ra. So JSS needs to get some damage done here super early. They've done a little bit to Marcos, but Marcos is held, I reckon. I don't think he's lost a citizen here. He's held fairly well. He does have a little bit of a housing crisis there, but he gets that sorted out. Walls coming down on the bottom of the map there as well. Probably start considering a second town center at this point here. In fact, most players could probably start considering a second town center here as Count Von Count pulling back here. JSS here on the retreat path as the raids are trying to come through all across the map. We do see Miracle deciding, all right, time to get a town center now. He's built out all of these military buildings, but really hasn't built any units to help out here. A little bit confusing as to exactly what he's trying to do as Count Von Count's forward base here getting taken out, and Count not making the safe decision to pull an Ulfsark back home here in this game. You can always do that. You can always build those military buildings, build a couple of houses, and then send the Ulfsark back home. You don't need to have him in the army. It's not that important. I guarantee you losing out on that one military unit is not going to change a thing in terms of your army efficiency. Has a longhouse coming down over here as well. Hathor coming in a little bit late. The primo advance time for Ra in the team game seems to be 8 minutes and 12 seconds. But yeah, Julian Papa a little bit late on this one. Not that it's a big deal. It's not super late. He's got a lot of farms here. Huge amount of food economy to come through. As we are starting to see walls coming down for Count Von Count to hold these positions here. Kabu's got himself a lot of cavalry out at the moment as well. Just the one town center cavalry here. Old school style. Love to see it. As the farm's starting to come out for Gabu as well. One thing that would have been nice to see yet again, and something that I don't see enough in team games, especially from Ra players, is just sending a villager over to the Atlantean player. If the Atlantean player is in the pocket and you're in the flank, or you're in the pocket as the Ra player, you have a responsibility to put farms down for your Atlantean player, in my opinion. It's Julian Papa getting up Migdol Stronghold. Siege works over here, and we're starting to move into the mid game here. Things are looking incredibly equal, but PXX are behind a little bit on town centers, but they've had the town center advantage here. They're only behind in the sense that Grass has got himself 2 town centers coming up here. Bugaboo clicks ceasefire. What's the ceasefire for? Not sure. Not sure why he has clicked ceasefire in this one. Oh, he's getting the town center up and he got spotted, I guess. He is looking for raids over here with those Hippocons, scouting around, trying to see where all of the villages are. But Grass is going to have that third town center up now. And he is off to the races with his economy. Marcos, on the other hand, getting himself that third town center as well. Everyone going to be going for a fairly big boom at this point. Now, I mean, this does open up timings here for Count. Count's got himself 2 town centers as well over here, but with no ceasefire remaining, this allows Njord or Frost to get a lot of value here in this game. And it looks like Miracle pushing forward here, going to start getting those walls up. Julian Papyrus walled this one up over here with those wolves over there. You got to kind of snipe those down before you try and get those walls up. Otherwise, they're going to come and nibble at your villagers, being a little bit annoying. As the Migdol will get finished up here for Julian Papa. And a little bit of lull before the storm. As the Hippocon do manage to get in here, I'm going to snipe a couple of villages here. Nice find by Gabu, as Grass going to come over here and attempt to take some of these units down for the time being here. We'll snipe a couple of them as they're going to be retreating away here, but lots of villager deaths there. Nice players. Count von Count going to be returning, I should say, back over to Gabu's base here, looking for things to kill, but Gabu does have a handful of Hippocon already waiting, watching. And Count's going to be retreating back there as the siege tower's cleaning up these middle buildings. A couple of those axemen going to be coming in here as well, as the Hippocon going to be coming through here, trying to deal with this one. Irrigation on the way as well here as well. What is that? What am I trying to say? Irrigation coming through here as well for Marcos, as he's got all those farms up. And look at it. Julian Papyrus built farms for Marcos. Love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. Chef's kiss. Finally, team games are team games. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Okay. Grass pushing forward here. They are on the way for Grass as well. He's going to have a very, very big heroic age here, and potentially he's going to go straight to the mythic age for those vortex shenanigans. Generally, you don't see Hecate in these positions, I would assume, but Hecate might be a good idea as well. There's nice control from Miracle, sniping off some units here. Grass going to be losing a handful of units here as well before he retreats back. Hand axe on the way for Grass. Very, very late on that one, but his economic upgrades, he's only got plow. Standard Aranos here. Just don't get economic upgrades. Just get villagers out. It is what it is. Scardy on the way now for Count von Count. Got himself that third town center. There is an underworld tier for Miracle, which will also entail or give Ragnarok Underworld over to JSS, which is going to be really, really tough to hold. Walls will be getting taken out as PXX is trying to push through here. The other thing here is that Julian Papyrus got access to Shifting Sands. Shifting Sands and a rock here. I'm not sure where the rock is gone or if he's already lost it to something, but he's got access to a rock. He can fly over. He can Shifting Sands onto Count von Count. He could have hit a timing here in this game, but instead not opting to do that type of play. Marcos has got good economy. Julian Papa's got good economy. Gabu a little bit behind the 8 ball. Does get denied on the front here as the raiding cavalry have snuck through. Going to try and take out some more villages, but Gabu is retreating his cavalry here to defend this one as well. As we do indeed see Helios has got a choice here for Grass. One thing to remember when going for Helios is to not build Arcus. At least don't mass Arcus. You really want to get nothing but melee units because you're going to be vortexing around the place. The Arcus don't help out in those situations. Maybe a handful to pick off villagers, but not mass Arcus. As we're seeing Grass doing that, which means that the vortexes are just not going to be that strong. Count still searching for villagers here. Getting those raids in is really, really important. Miracle here has set up those walls beautifully, but there is this big opening over here. You can simply sneak through here. You don't have to go straight through where your opponent wants you to go through, as Baldur has already been clicked up by Count von Count. Helios is in, and I mean, you can also Helios, Underworld, Ragnarok, all the same position, as an idea here for JSS to all converge in onto the same position and get a huge amount of damage done. This restoration getting dropped there by Miracle, holding this position nicely. But Count Von Count isn't really building anything here. I think he's lost all of his military buildings. He's getting himself the trade route going. They're saying, guys, just hold in the middle. I'll be there later. Just let me boom. Let me get some villagers out here. As the raiding cavalry still sitting on this position waiting. They've got some line of sight that they can see there for an underworld as well. As we see Atlas coming through here for Marcos. Makes a lot of sense getting that what's the upgrade called? I always forget this one. Titan Shield. Get the Titan Shield there to hold your buildings a little bit better. Seeing if they can push through at the moment. We do still have those Hippocon trying to take out those Arcus on the back here. He does manage to get through. In general, obviously Hippocon beat Arcus or beat Archers, but what you need to do is you need to get a mass of Hippocon to break through these kind of mass archer compositions here. As we do see Spirited Charge coming through here for Gabu, so it's going to be working out nicely for him. As Julian Papar trying to get himself those Chariot Archers, Son of Osiris, or Osiris coming through as well for him there. This whole bunch of those upgrades are on the way for everyone here as the economy is in full swing. What's Count Von Count doing? Is he AFK? I feel like Count Von Count's AFK here. He's just gone, guys, gotta go. He's recently had a kid, so congratulations to Count Von Count. He's got to go feed the kid, so he's gonna be back. He's just auto queued all the villagers out, and he's gonna be back in a couple of minutes to start playing the game. As it does look like BXX, they're making a little bit of ground here in this game at the moment, making some push forwards here. We just see the palaces coming through and everything else there. As the Son of Osiris is ready to start helping out on this choke point as well. Grass is just about to get up that second palace here. So a lot of units, lots of walls through here as well. As I mean, this JSS team has not secured this position at all. These units can definitely come through here as a big vortex has come through. We do see the underworld coming through as the green units popping out onto this position here. The Ragnarok is coming here for Count Von Count. Siege of the Titans coming through for Marcos at this point, as this is about to be very, very scary. But the big boom onto this, how many units are left? They're all getting taken out here, in all honesty. That's a huge amount of unit kills there. And now the army needs to come back over here. The Ragnarok has taken out this Gabu base incredibly fast, taking down that town center. There's no military academies here to defend, as Count's going to be getting that town center up for himself, pushing up to this top side, taking out everything over there as well. Shifting sands happening from Julian Papar to come over in an attempt to defend here, but he's got no upgrades here. How are the upgrades going for Count Von Count? He's got full bronze here with iron shields as well, nearly fully upgraded in this game. Going to be taking out those villagers as well, as Count Von Count swinging up to the top side of the map here with his units, with those Ragnarok heroes to take out Marcos' base. Marcos will be getting that Siege of the Titans through. He could deny that if he targets that one down, as Earthquake onto Gabu's main base here, going to be cleaning that one up as Count just retreats back ever so slightly. We do have Marcos coming over here with a handful of units trying to help on that position there as well. The other thing is that this Underworld passage, it's still here. So Miracle can send villagers through there if he wants. But also he doesn't necessarily need to, because he can push through on that front position here as well, as the town center coming up here for Count Von Count as well. Don't want to be leaving your villagers here trying to shank that town center down. Retreat those. Those are all going to get taken out here as he's attempting to retreat back. A whole bunch of stables coming down for Gabu, but he needs to get those military academies and those Paspis out. Is he still in the classical age? He is still in the classical age, ladies and gentlemen, as we do see a Titan Gate coming down for Julian Papar. There's an attempt here for Marcos to also get a Titan Gate down to boot here. I'm not sure that one's going to come up, in all honesty. These units are just flowing through this base like there is nothing here. Citizens getting taken down incredibly quickly here as well, as the town center will end up getting taken down. Military barracks coming down for Julian Papar as well. Town center will end up getting finished up here for Marcos, as the siege works going down on that position there. And you do see a curse getting dropped down there, as the archers here trying to hold as best as they can, with Julian Papas retreating back ever so slightly. Going to be taking out the Giganti there. Nice play where that's concerned, as we do indeed see Marco saying the game is lost here. Look at Count Von Count's score. Yes, he's got mass Heroes of Ragnarok at the moment, but it's absolutely bonkers here. Marcos taps out. Julian Papard taps out. That's the series here. JSS takes it in 3 games. Incredibly well played here by Count Von Count, if we're completely honest. He goes forward. He gets all of this. He creates all of these problems for a BXX team that wants to boom, and then he just says, hands off the, or feet off the accelerator. Gonna go get my town centers, rush to Ragnarok. A very, very stock standard, Underworld Ragnarok. It's really tough to defend, and JSS just simply cannot. Oh, sorry, PXX can simply not hold here as Count Von Count runs through them. Lovely game. Really fun to see the Jotunheim here. If you guys enjoyed this one, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button. Here's a little bit of the post game. You can pause it and take your time to look through there. And I'll see you guys in the next game.